What is going on, gamers? Welcome to another game review. This is Gaming with G. If you have not subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Go and hit that subscribe button and hit that like button and comment if you liked this video. Today we're going to be reviewing a game called Doom the Dark Ages. Okay, so Doom the Dark Ages is a first-person shooter game. Okay, as you can see, it is a first-person shooter game. Pretty violent, pretty disgusting. Parents, please watch out for your kids and see what they're playing. I really appreciate it. This is a game ready and for mature, 17 plus. Let's talk about story, gameplay, and whether I think this game is worth full price, aka $70. $70, guys. So let's talk about the story. To be frank, okay, if you the story takes place before the first Doom game that came out in 2016. So if you don't know the Doom genre, the Doom games, Doom has been a franchise established way in the 80s. It was a first-person game the whole time. It's been getting remastered. Is not remastered. It's been getting new releases, right? So they rebooted the whole franchise after Doom 3, and it was just called Doom in 2016 for the PlayStation 4. Yes, PlayStation 4. And then it was Doom Eternal, which is the second Doom, and then this Doom right here for the new consoles, meaning PS5, Xbox Series S and X, and PC. So the story takes place, like I was saying before, the Doom that came out in 2016. And I want to be honest with you guys, I could not care less about the story. All I know is that there's a bad guy invading. We need to kill bad guys. We need to destroy them and move on and keep going. Get brand new weapons, get new skills, and just destroy everything in our path. Okay, this is the first Doom game that had a cutscenes. I did not skip the cutscenes. I wanted to see them, to see what the cutscene brought to the table. To be honest, they didn't bring anything much other than, okay, yeah, that looks cool. Oh, look at what the Doomslayer guy's doing. Oh, look at this monster talking. Oh, this and that. I could not care about the story. I could not care about the characters. Nobody, nothing. So the story, if you even want to skip the cutscenes, you are not going to miss out on anything. Okay, this game is all about gameplay. Like I said, story didn't really have any impact whatsoever. But I didn't skip them because I wanted to see it, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. Let's see what this guy's doing now. Let's see what this guy's doing now. But I just wanted to get back in the game, continue destroying monsters. Okay. Also about the story and the cutscenes, the models, they looked. It's not that they looked right. We'll talk about the graphics when we jump into gameplay. But the characters, the models didn't really impress me also all that much. They look very last gen-y, so they look very PS4, very Xbox One, even sometimes PS3. Not graphic wise, but like design and animation wise, it was just not next gen for me. Current gen for me. So current gen will be PS5. It was not current gen for me, so that was really a letdown. But the gameplay is what the bread and butter of Doom, it's all about. So let's jump right into the gameplay. So the gameplay in this game consists of 3 types. Okay, so you got your typical gameplay, which is on foot, right? You got the shield. So I'll talk about the shield in a second, which is a brand new addition in this game. So you got the shield, and you got your weapon in your right hand. Okay, so you actually now have 2 weapons because the shield you can use as a weapon. Why is the shield so important? Okay. Oh, actually, before I jump into the shield, the other 2 types of gameplay, it was, like I said, on foot. Then you also play on top of a dragon. You get to control a dragon, shoot from the dragon. You have like a mounted machine gun in the dragon. You get to shoot from it, fly around, whatever. And then you also have a mech. So you get on top. You don't get on top. You get into this huge mech that you can control, and you can punch, and you can kick, and you can do cool stuff with it. And those are the 3 types of gameplay. So before I jump into the on foot, I'm gonna talk real quick about the dragon, and then I'll talk real quick about the mech. So the dragon gameplay, it was a love and hate relationship with that gameplay, at least for me. Okay, so you will jump in the dragon. The dragon is a bit stiff to control. It was a bit weird. It didn't flow. It doesn't have flow. It didn't flow as well. All you do in the dragon is fly around, shoot, dodge, fly around, land. Okay, so the dragon gameplay, it was, I guess they just wanted to make something, mix it around to have some variety. The dragon didn't quite do it for me as good as the mech did. So the mech gameplay, you jump into this huge mech and you're in first person view, right? And all you can see is your fist. So you just punching things everywhere. You're punching these huge demon monsters, and you're punching them, and sometimes you're even shooting them. It depends on the ability that you get in the mech at the moment. But man, that was epic. Okay, the couple of few parts where you get to play as the mech, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was nice. Nothing out of the ordinary, nothing really innovative, like, oh my god, look at this, what I'm doing, I'm jumping and flying. No, you're just in the mech, but it is cool. The finishers that you get are pretty cool, so I enjoyed that. And now the bread and butter of the game comes to the on foot gameplay. On foot gameplay, like I was saying, consists of two weapons that you will always have with you. You will always have your shield, you will always have a gun with you, okay? And then you also have melee weapons that you find throughout the game. I'm only going to mention the first one because yeah, first one, and well, the second one, I think I'll show some gameplay of that. So the main two melee weapons that I will show is, the first one is the melee, the gauntlet. You get like a gauntlet right at the beginning of the game that you can just punch the monsters and whatever. The second weapon, how do I describe it? It's kind of like a chain, a ball and a chain, and you can just start hitting demons with that. So that's the second melee. And then later on, towards the end of the game, you get another third weapon, which I will not spoil for you guys here. So that's what you will, most of the game, basically 90% of the game, is what you're going to be playing with. Okay, why is the shield very important? With the shield, the game revolves really around the shield. The enemy attacks you, and if they attack with projectiles, so if they throw stuff at you, and it's the color blue, if it's the color blue, with the shield you can parry it. So right before you get hit, you press the left bumper, L2 in my case of the PS5, you will parry that shot back to the monster, and then it will cause damage. That's one. And an ability that you get at also at the beginning of the game is you hold the shield and then you kind of like dash forward to the first enemy that you see, and you will crush them with your shield, and that will take some damage, right? And then to finish enemies off, it will be with the right analog stick, which is something different that some people didn't like, but I found it quite okay. It was the glory kills. So the glory kills in the Doom games is basically a finisher. So like you're almost killing this monster, and the monster starts glowing, so you just grab him and just tear his head off, or kick him or cut him in half. And those were the glory kills in the older Doom games, but it's not available here. So when you're about to finish a monster, yeah, you press the right analog stick, but you either just kick him or hit him with the shield, or just hit him with the whatever melee you're using. That is the quote-unquote glory kill of Doom: The Dark Ages. Some people didn't like that. I thought it was okay. I neither liked it nor disliked it. I was just kind of in the middle of it. The shield is also very important for parrying. So parrying, you don't only parry projectiles, right? You don't only do that with the shield, but when they attack you, instead of just sitting there and dodging and blocking, you can parry those attacks and not take any damage, and you can damage the opponent while they attack you with the shield. The game was very focused on that. It was very heavily focused on parrying The good thing is that the game is super customizable when it comes to how you want to play this game. If you want to play the game slower, if you want the game to be easier, tons of difficulties. It is very accessible. This game is for absolutely anybody that just wants to have some fun and just blast some monsters and demons around. Okay, this is for everybody, guys, but I'll leave that towards the end. Okay, so like I was saying, pairing is very crucial. As far as the music goes, Doom is very known for having obviously heavy rock soundtrack. The soundtrack on this game was not as impactful as other soundtracks. It was just kind of like in the background. I didn't really play this game much on headphones, but on my soundbar, I had the settings as they were. I always put the settings as default. I never change any of the music volume. I never change none of that around, right? However, I still felt that the soundtrack in this game wasn't as impactful as other Doom games. Also, I felt like this game was a bit repetitive, a little bit in the middle. Like the levels started feeling a bit more of the same. Once you start reaching the last quarter of the game, once you pass the halfway point, the game starts getting epic. And when I mean by epic, I mean tons of enemies at once coming at you. I'm talking about big ones, little ones, huge ones. I'm talking about all sorts of enemies just coming at you. And it was just epic and epic. That was when I started dying, and I had the game on normal, right? So I had the game on normal, and there were a couple of levels where it was tough. Let me keep elaborating on the gameplay. So this game, the difference between this game and the other Doom games is we're talking about the size of the maps, the size of the areas are very expansive. They're very huge, okay? So you're going to have lots of enemies on screen at once, different types of enemies that require different abilities that you get throughout the game, okay? The areas are huge as opposed to closer, tighter areas in the other Doom games that you will kill the enemies quicker. Why? Obviously because this is a next generation system, right? PS5, so you can put more enemies on screen, you can have bigger maps. So they took advantage of the technology of the system to implement this, and it's really different. You know, it's really different, and it was good. A little intimidating towards the end, where you're like, okay, there's a tons of enemies. Where do I start? Where do I go? You know, as far as the weapons that you get in the game, so you get quite a few weapons, around 5, I believe 5 or 6. The thing is, you end up using the same weapons. At least I did. You end up using the same 2 or 3 weapons that are the most effective to the enemies, right? I always found myself using the same 2 or 3 weapons because I either liked them or because they were just so effective against the enemies that at least I felt were so effective, right? You can also level up your weapons. You can also level up your melees. So whatever melees you have, you get different abilities. You go to a shrine and you can level up your weapons. So that happens throughout the game, right? So let me talk about let's get into the length of this game. You're going to be very proud of the length. Okay, it's not bad. It took me, I believe, around 22 hours to beat the whole game. I did not 100% the game. By 100%, what do I mean? There is collectibles. There is gold bars that you can collect. The map is filled with a couple secret areas that you enter, and then you get a collectible. All of that stuff makes you go to 100%. I did not 100% this game. I think I only 100%ed a couple of levels. It is not hard to 100% this game because you just look at the map. It tells you where the secrets are. You just gotta find out how to get to it. If the door is closed, right, you either have to get a key, you either have to do something to get to that area. Okay, so that's to beat 100% of this game, then you will have to discover all the areas of the maps, all the gates that are closed. You open them, and then you get all the collectibles. I did not 100% this game, guys, because I have another backlog of games that I want to play, and I want to show you guys, and I want to review for you guys, so I can recommend them for you. But if you do want to 100% this game, I can easily say it could take you near 30 hours, near 30 hours easily to 100% this game. But like I said, that's not me, because I want to keep playing games for you guys and create more content for you. So final verdict for this game. Did I enjoy this game? Of course I did. This game was a ton of fun. The story wasn't captivating, but the ending was epic. It ended good. Okay, obviously it ended on a cliffhanger, as in like there's already confirmed that there's going to be downloadable content, there's going to be DLC that's going to expand on this game. So that's that. When it comes to the story, guys, my most important point is the money price, right? The money. It's the money. Is this game, this day and age, right, today, worth full price? So I will say $70. So $70, $70. My answer is no. Okay, this game to me did not live up to a $70 price. To me, it lives up to a $60 price, and a $50 price. I'll consider it a steal. Okay, $60, yes. $70, no. There's other games out there for $70 full price that offer way more than this game did, a bit more innovative, a bit more effort on the story, and I just don't think it's worth full price. If you get it on discount, like I said, 60, less than 70, go get it, because you're going to enjoy this game. If you like shooting, if you like to spend a good amount of time just shooting monsters. Another thing why I think this game doesn't justify the $70 is because it has no multiplayer. Before, the Doom games did have multiplayer online, so you can play with other people. This game, however, does not offer that, which is fine. But it means you have to give me your 100% full effort on the story, and I just didn't think that it was there. So I did buy the game at full price day one. All the games that I review, guys, I pay. I do not get review codes. I would love to get review codes, but it's up to you guys to keep the channel going, to support this channel. And of course, I will review the games for you guys and tell you my opinion on it and whether you guys should get it or not. And I will still review whether this game is worth full price. Doom: The Dark Ages, it is not worth full price. Get it on discount, guys. $60, $50 is a steal. Thank you guys so much for watching this Doom: Dark Ages review by yours truly, Gaming with G. I appreciate your guys' support every single time. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, guys. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers. Don't forget to hit the like button and share it with your friends, share it with your family, comment, like, do all the stuff you guys love doing. Thank you so much for your support, and until next time, guys, let's game.